Today, everyone in the world is affected with the COVID virus. Some of them are of the opinion that bats are responsible for this COVID 19 virus. Is it true or not? Or otherwise, bats are important? We are going to have a discussion on this issue whether bats are helpful to the human society or not. Bats are mammals of the order Chiroptera with their forelimbs adapted as wings. They are the only mammals capable of true and sustained flight. Bats are more maneuverable than birds, flying with their very long spread out digits covered with a thin membrane or patagium. Fan Zhuang, curator of Chinese art, mentions that bat imaginary can be traced as far back as the Han Dynasty. The association has linguistic origins. The pronunciation of bat in Chinese is fu, the same as that of blessing. And since the characters have not changed much over time, the connection has endured. There are 14,000 species of bats worldwide. The diversity of viruses can be seen in all bats, simply reflects the great diversity of bat species. The bats look like human beings. They have eyes, nose, teeth, tongue, which you are observing from these photographs. Like human beings, they give birth and also give milk to bring them up. Bats hang upside down from their feet, a posture known as roosting. The femurs are attached at the hips in a way that allows them to bend outward and upward in flight. The ankle joint can flex to allow the trailing edge of the wings to bend downwards. This does not permit many movements other than hanging or clambering up trees. Some bats lead solitary lives, while others live in colonies. For example, Bracken Bat Cave in Texas State, United States, is one of the best examples where 20 million Mexican free-tailed bats are inhabiting in the caves. Different bat species have different diets, including insects, nectar, pollen, and fruits. Megabytes are mostly fruit, nectar, and pollen eaters due to their small size, high metabolism, and rapid burning of energy. Through flight, bats used to consume large amount of food for their size and also for their energy. Insectivorous bats in particular are especially helpful to farmers as they control populations of agricultural pests and reduce the need to use pesticides. It has been estimated that bats save the agricultural industry of the United States anywhere from $3.7 billion to $53 billion per year in pesticides and damage to crops. This also prevents the overuse of pesticides, which can pollute the surrounding environment and may lead to resistance in future generations of insecticides. Protecting the farmer in crops growing, especially groundnut, maize, jowar, ragi, and other millets, the bats are helping by eating the insects. Many of the farmers are not aware of the helpful nature of the bats in India. I would like to bring here that my own experiences, how I have been helped by the bats, how much I have been benefited in my agricultural field. I have a mango grove in my native place in Andhra Pradesh. Let us go to my farm and see how the bats are helping me. This is my farmhouse. In my farmhouse, I have varieties of fruit plants such as mango, guava, sapota, and other varieties. After sunset around 6:30 p.m., I can see number of bats are in my garden going round and eating the different varieties of fruits. Especially they like sapota, guava, and varieties of mangoes. They will bite and leave. You can see the different varieties of fruits here, and there is no harm in eating that fruits by the human beings. We used to cut down the pot where they have eaten and wash it, and we will eat it. We doesn't get any kind of infection or disease from these fruits. And also I have the experiences with the tribals of India that majority of the tribes they will eat the fruits which were eaten by the bats. Most of the insects in my farm is cleared by the bats. You can see my farm how healthy it is, and also I am getting a very good yield every year. I am using the pesticides very limited way, and also it is giving me a full satisfaction. In this way the bats are protecting my farm and also getting me good income every year. Since bats are mammals, yet can fly, they are considered to be liminal beings in various traditions. In many cultures, including Europe, bats are associated with darkness, death, witchcraft, and malevolence. In China, bat has been associated with happiness, joy, and good fortune. Bats were thought to embody the male principle, while the flowers and fruits are the female. These creatures was also often displayed with the peach, a popular female fertility symbol. The peaches, being one of the man's favorite fruits, were first cultivated in China about 5000 years ago. Before that, these fruits relied on bats for dispersal of their seeds. Chronostratigraphic analysis of archaeological sites indicate that bats could have been exploited as a food source since 74,000 years ago by Homo floresiensis. Bats are also consumed as a food in many parts of the world, such as Asian, African, European, and Pacific Rim countries. In countries like China, Vietnam, Seychelles, Indonesia, Palau, Thailand, Guam, the bat meat is widely used. In China, bats has been associated with happiness, joy, and good fortune. Five bats are used to symbolize the five blessings: longevity, wealth, health, love of virtue, and a peaceful death. The bat is a sacred in Tonga and is often considered the physical manifestation of a separable soul. In the Zopotic civilization of Mesoamerica, the bat god presided over corn and fertility. In the Manchu period, bats were popular and used everywhere. They were painted on the vases and walls, worn on the robes of the emperors, and carved into the furnitures and thrones. There is also a legend of bat causing King James I of Aragon to win the crucial battle against the Saracens that allowed him to win the Valencia for his kingdom. However, original documents state that the animal was a bat. The ancient badge of the FC Barcelona, used during the year 1899 and 1910 period, had a small bat crowning on it. Squadron RAF adopted the bat badge in 1917 along with the Latin motto per noctem volumes, we fly through the night. The badge was approved by the king. The bat is sometimes used as a heraldic symbol in Spain and France, appearing in the coats of arms of the towns of Valencia, Palma de Mallorca, Farac, Albacete, and Montreal. Three United States have an official state bat. Texas and Oklahoma are represented by Mexican free-tailed bat. while Virginia is represented by Virginia big air bat. When bat medicine flies into your life, transformation of the ego self is about to occur. The old familiar patterns and ideas that have been your truth are about to change. That which once worked for you may no longer. The process of transformation represents a death and a rebirth. Bat medicine offers you the wisdom necessary to make the appropriate changes for the birthing of a new identity. President Donald Trump doubled down on blaming China for the corona's pandemic. It could have been stopped right where it came from China, Trump said at White House news conference. Trump has repeatedly called the coronavirus the Chinese virus and been criticized for doing so. Donald Trump further said WHO is a puppet for China and suspended funding to the WHO, accusing it being misguided the world on the coronavirus. People all over the world telling that corona is originated from Hubei province of Wuhan city in the Institute of Wuhan Virology Laboratory. The first COVID 19 case was traced back on to November 17th in China's Hubei provinces from a 55-year-old lady. Information obtained by the Sunday Telegraph speaks about the suppression and destruction of evidences on COVID 19. It points out various samples are destroyed at genomic labs. Wildlife market stalls bleach this genome sequence not shared publicly. The Shanghai lab closure for rectification. Academic articles subjected to prior review by the Ministry of Science and Technology and data on asymmetric silence carriers kept secret. It paints a picture of how the Chinese government deliberately covered up the coronavirus by silencing doctors who spoke about it, destroying evidences from the Wuhan laboratory, and refusing to provide live virus samples to international scientists working on vaccine. The United States, along with the other countries, has repeatedly demanded a live virus sample from the first batch of coronavirus cases. This is understood to have not been forthcoming despite its vital importance in developing a vaccine, while potentially providing an indication of where the virus originated. We have enough evidence that Chinese likes to eat varieties of seafood and also wildlife, which you can observe here. They eat all kinds of wildlife which are available from the forest and also from the sea. The wildlife flesh they eat in Wuhan are having more dangerous coronavirus than the bat coronavirus. There is no micro level study among the wildlife animals. The research studies conducted by various scholars shows that the bat is having coronavirus but not the COVID-19 virus. Doctors in China who spoke about the virus were either silenced or made to disappear. Several doctors, medical and paramedical staff are also died. Based on the several resources data, it can be concluded that 60% of the coronavirus cases in China was unreported. The Wuhan diary gives us enough information what happened in China. Bats are helpful not only for the farmers in agricultural sector but also the mankind in providing good kind of medicines to cure the cancer, epilepsy, neurological problems and also other infectious diseases. Arunjay Banerjee, a postdoctoral research fellow from McMaster University, Canada, who is also working in the team of COVID-19 virus isolation, informs that human activities and encroaching upon wildlife habitats puts us at risk of encountering new viruses. We need to modify human practices to prevent the emergence of the new pathogens. The Pancha environmental scientist, writes that the exact origin of SARS-CoV-2 is still unknown and it is premature to blame bats or any other animal for the pandemic. Harish Prakash, a PhD scholar from IISc Bangalore, mentions that killing bats and destroying their habitats can be more harmful as this can lead to a bat spreading out their habitat. We should remember that all wild animals harbor viruses and it is very biased and unfair to point fingers only at bats. If we keep destroying habitats, there are chances of the spread of other viruses from other animals to humans. Without knowing the facts, the people are throwing blame on the bats for the COVID 19 virus. Chi Zhengli, a senior virologist from China, in 2015, in her seminar presentation, she has mentioned that there is possibility to create a synthetic virus. Based on the facts, we can able to tell that the COVID-19 virus is a combination of more than two viruses. That means there is every possibility that the virus is made as a synthetic one in the WHUAN virology laboratory. As it is a genetically modified virus, it is very difficult to the vital importance in developing a vaccine while potentially providing an indication of where the virus is originated. Traditional Chinese medicine's use of animal parts is a threat to so many endangered species. Also, as the COVID 19 pandemic shows, traditional Chinese medicine use of animals is a threat to the entire world through the facilitation of new pathogens from animals making the jump to humans.